Okay, we're on the air. Hi, my name is Ray Marin for Los Angeles Hangout Local, your guide to great local businesses. Today, I'm joined by Richard Seff, who is, in my opinion, one of Los Angeles' best estate planning attorney. He runs the Estate Planning Law Center located in Calabasas, California. Richard, welcome to Los Angeles Hangout Local. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Ray. It's great to be with you.
Well, thank you, Richard. That's good to hear. Thanks for taking some time off your very busy schedule to be with us today. I know you have your day filled. Richard, would you please tell our audience, give us a little background about your business. How did you get into this business?
Well, it was a long, winding road. In another lifetime, I was actually a social worker, helping troubled families and adolescents. And then I got another master's degree in healthcare administration and became a hospital administrator. And out of that, I got that my passion in life really is helping families, supporting families. That's my passion. And at the ripe old age of 36, I actually went to law school here in Los Angeles, Southwestern University School of Law. And I chose estate planning because I think that is the specialty that resonates best with my past. And it's, even though it deals with topics that people don't want to think about, death and taxes, it actually is a very positive thing in terms of the legacy you want to leave and protecting your loved ones. So that's how I came to law and how I came to estate planning.
So you've got the impression that you always want to become a lawyer, huh?
Yeah, I think behind it all was this desire to become a lawyer, but I'm kind of grateful that it became my third career because it gave me more of a perspective on life versus being a lawyer from a very young age. People will often say to me when they meet with me that they didn't feel like they met with a lawyer, or I didn't meet the expectations they had of someone who speaks legalese, tends to speak up beyond them. I'm a little more personable, and I talk in a language that people understand.
That sounds refreshing, and that's great to hear. So, Richard, please tell us what makes Estate Planning Law Center stand out as such as a great law office?
That's a really good question. And you know, I'll tell you, when I graduated law school, I decided to work for some estate planning law firms to learn the craft. And while they were very good at what they did, I'll refer to them as traditional estate planning attorneys, the way 98% of them operate. They know their craft, they understand the documents. But I felt, at least at that time, the clients were treated as on a treadmill, if you will, because at that time they were charging by the hour, which is a disincentive to really spend time with the attorney. And after all, you're dealing with very sensitive things. You're dealing with family relationships, you're dealing with finances, and of course you're dealing with the law. It takes time to get to know a family and what it is that they really need as far as an estate plan that's going to work. There was more of a focus on the transaction itself, the documents. And while the documents are important, it's important to know that over time things change and the documents need to be updated. And that's where the traditional estate planning firm sorely lacks. So as a result, clients are led to believe that once an estate plan is done, they put it in their closet, that they can forget about it. But within a year, it's probably not going to meet their expectations. So I decided that when I started my own practice, I was going to do things a little differently. The first and most important thing was I was looking for clients who understood and appreciate the value of having a trusted advisor over a lifetime. I keep them informed through my Family Wealth Secrets newsletter. Every few years, there's a free consultation that they'll have with me so that we can just look at their estate plan, look at the family, see what's new, what's going on, whether, quote, assets have fallen out of the trust, end quote, and that it's kept up with changes in their family, the law, and their finances. The second thing that's very important to me is the promise that when they make a phone call, they're going to get a return call, and right away. And that's in my retainer agreement, that they'll receive a return call at least within 24 hours. But more typically, they get it much, much sooner than that. And the third thing was that I promised was that I would not be charging by the hour. It's a flat fee. Clients are more comfortable with it. I'm more comfortable with it. I don't bill, unless it's probate, I don't bill by the hour, and they won't get a bill from me for giving me a call because they had some questions about their estate plan.
That sounds really reassuring, Richard. I really appreciate that. Now, so would you please tell us about one of your specialties?
Well, we just came out with a brand new website called virtualestateplanningLawCenter.com, where now we're going statewide with our services through an online format. It's very simple to use. There's an online questionnaire that's very context sensitive to the answers you give, so that the next question was based on the previous answer you gave. And what makes it really powerful is the attorney support that you get. It's really unprecedented on the online estate planning field.
That's awesome. Hey guys, if you tune in at the same time next week Monday at 3:30, Richard and I are gonna do another hangout, and we're gonna go over the virtual estate planning software a lot more thoroughly. Okay, so you want to tune in back here at Monday at 3:30 next week. So Richard, for someone who's never used your services, tell us what they could expect.
They can expect an attorney who's going to really listen to them, figure out issues that they're not aware of. In other words, you don't know what you don't know, and offer them options that simply don't exist, at least not on the online virtual world. So I'm bringing the best of all worlds to this virtual website. Ease and convenience, and of course it's 50 to 75% cheaper than an in-office estate plan, but you get that attorney support so that nothing is missed. It's not like other services that are just sort of form documents, fill in the blank type things, and you're feeling like you're kind of on your own. You're not on your own with me. I'm trying to marry both worlds.
So that leads us to the next question I was going to have for you, Richard. For our local viewers here, okay, give us a few tips I know that we could appreciate about estate planning. For instance, do you recommend do-it-yourself centers, services such as LegalZoom, Rocket Lawyer, We the People, the Document People? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, and it was that, with that in mind, that I developed the Virtual Estate Planning Law Center, because the real problem with those systems is you don't have the attorney support. You're on it all by yourself, and you don't know what you don't know, and it's scary. And if you really want to leave the right kind of legacy and make it easier for your family, that is not the way you want to go. It's just not worth the risk.
Well, Richard, as always, on Hangout Local, we like to offer our viewers a special coupon that they can use in your business. So tell us what special deal you're offering to our audience.
Well, I have a free report, and it's called The Top 10 Estate Planning Mistakes People Make. So if you get on my website or call in, I'll be glad to send you that report electronically to your email address, and I think you'll find that very informative.
Well, thank you, Richard. And again, I want to thank you for a great interview. I really like Estate Planning Law Center because, first of all, I know Richard personally, and he was instrumental in preparing my mother's living trust. He's very attentive to our needs before and after my mother had passed away. So needless to say, I highly recommend him. Folks, Oh, by the way, Richard, before I sign off, do you have any last words for our audience?
No, I just thank you for tuning in. Again, I really urge you to take a look at virtualestateplanninglawcenter.com. I think you'll find it really interesting, very simple to use, and I hope you tune in next week.
Hey, folks, here's your chance to get your free report on the top 10 estate planning mistakes people make. It'll be at the bottom of this here in this website. So, guys, thanks for joining us again. Till next time, have an awesome day.
Goodbye.